Today I'm going to be teaching you how to install Codebadge, so let's get into it. So the first step we're going to need to do is we're going to need to get the dependencies that we need for Codebadge to work. The first dependency that we're going to need for Codebadge is Node.js, so let's install that. So to install Node.js, what we need to do is we need to go open your web browser and go to your search engine and put in node space js, and nodejs.org should be the top answer. Then you're going to go to the download page on nodejs.org and install the correct downloader for your operating system. And then after it's downloaded, you're going to want to go to downloads and you want to open up the installer and you're going to click next. You're going to accept the license agreement, select where you want it installed, leave most of this default, make sure it's being added to path as that's very important. And then you're going to click next and you're going to install. After it is installed, press finish. The next dependency we're going to need is Python. So go to your web browser, go to your search engine, type in Python, install, and then go to the python.org/download page and download the latest version of Python. Click on the download button. Scroll down and select the file that is correct for your operating system. After it is downloaded, open it. Do a custom installation. Make sure that you're installing pip. Click next. Install it for all users. Add Python to environment variables. This will make it so we can use the Python package manager thing called pip from anywhere. Make it easier. And install. After Python is installed, close it. And we're going to need a useful tool for anything related with GitHub called Gitbash. So go to your web browser, go to your search engine, look up Gitbash, and you'll go to git scm.com/downloads and download Gitbash for your operating system. And then you're going to want to open it. Click next. Decide where you want it to be installed. Decide which components you want. Click next. Click next. And click next. And you choose your path environment. Decide your HTTPS transport backend. Configuring the line command and conversions. Configure the terminal emulator. I'm going to leave most of these things default just because it's complicated to know what to do. After it is installed, click finish. Now we have everything we need to start installing Codebadge. Now, to go to Codebadge, go to Codeiuno, and you want to go to /Codebadge. It should take you to this repository. You're going to go down to the README. The first thing you're going to do before we get started to installing is you want to fork the repository. You want to go down to the README. You're going to copy this link that they have. You're going to open up Gitbash. You're going to paste the command into Gitbash. And you want to replace username with your GitHub username. And you want to press enter. After it is cloned, you're going to want to create a authentication app. So you're going to open up a new Gitbash or GitHub page. You're going to go to click on this, your profile pic in the top right corner, and you're going to click on settings. Then you're going to go to developer settings at the bottom, and authentication apps. You're going to want to create a new one. Going to want to put in your application name. And you want to go put the homepage URL. So I'm just going to put the Codebadge URL. I'm going to add a description. And you're going to make the callback URL http://localhost 8080/$authent, and you're going to register the application. So now we have the client ID and the client secret that we need for Codebadge. So we're going to need to create a .env file. The best way to do this is go to your web browser or search engine, your web browser, and you're going to want to look up Visual Studio Code, and you're going to want to download and install it. So save the file. After it's done being downloaded, open it up. Accept the license agreement. Select where you want it to be installed. Decide if you want it in your start menu folder. You can create a desktop icon if you want, or some other options. And click install. After it is done being installed, we're going to click finish, and it's going to open up Visual Studio Code. We're going to want to open folder. We're going to want to go to your user that you're using and look for the folder Codebadge. Open, select folder, and now we have Codebadge open up in Visual Studio. To create the .env file, we're going to right click in this box area and click make a new file and name it .env. Now we're going to go to the README and we're going to copy this code, and we'll paste it into the .env file. And what we're going to do is we're going to get rid of the client ID and secret ID things, and we're going to replace them with our client ID and our client secret. Then we're going to save this file. Now we have our .env ready. So now that we have our env file made, what we're going to do is we're going to open up a command prompt, and we're going to use the command cd Codebadge, and we're going to write the command npm install, and it will install npm. After npm is installed, you want to run npm run serve, and this should start the development server for Codebadge. After the development server is up, what you want to do is you're going to want to go to your web browser and put in localhost :8080, and it'll take you to the Codebadge front end that is running off your command prompt. And you're going to want to run, or you want to click on login with GitHub, and if this is your first time opening it, it'll ask for an authorization page and ask for your password to log in. But since I already did that, it just took me straight to the this page, the home, and here you can create a new badge, and stuff like that, and you can add access to an organization. But now that we got the front end working, we're gonna need the Flask API for the back end. So to install the backend Flask API that we need for Codebadge, open up command prompt, then go to cd Codebadge, cd backend, and in the backend folder, you're going to want to run the command py space minus m space venv space env, and this will install the scripts we need for the virtual environment that we're going to have. Now to get the virtual environment running, what we're going to do is we're going to use the command env /scripts with a capital S /activate, and this should start the virtual environment so we can install the Flask API in this environment for Codebadge. So then what we're going to do is we're going to use the command pip install Flask, and this will install the Flask API that we're going to need. Now that we have Flask installed, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to create a file in the backend. So open up Visual Studio Code, and what you're going to want to do is going to open up a new file in backend, and we're going to name it run.py. Now that we have run.py made, what we're going to do is we're going to use the command set flask app, all capitals, and an underscore between flask and app, equals run.py. So now that we have flask app equal to app.py, we're going to use the command pip install -r requirements.txt, and this should give an error. Now to fix the error, what you want to do is you want to open up Visual Studio Code, and you want to change the opencv-python equal to 4.1.2.30, and then you're going to run pip install requirement.txt, and everything should be installed correctly. Now that we have everything we need installed, let's run flask run. Accidentally missed a the end, flask run. Now that we have Flask running, we got everything we got the Flask API running. If you get any errors, there might be a module that you need, and generally it'll say what module you need in the command line. So then you would just use the command pip install and then the module name. But it looks like everything's working for us. So let's go to localhost colon 8080 and then replace home with upload, and it looks like it's working. So now that we got everything working, you got Codebadge installed. Thank you for watching this video. I hope it was helpful, and have a great day.